really, I actually did. And I decided that today I'll just have a little chit chat about what's been on my mind lately and what's been in my heart. And I'm gonna have a little chat with you guys today, and I am taking us back to middle school. You guys, middle school wasn't the best time in my life. Don't get me wrong, I had some good time, made some good friends that I'm still friends with till today. But still, kids in middle school are so mean, so brutal. Okay, they're just really mean, to be honest. But anyways, aside from that, I wanted to talk to you guys today about self-esteem. It's just been in my heart lately, and so I am gonna go ahead and spill some of my teas from middle school. So ladies and gentlemen, why don't you get comfortable, grab a little cup of tea if you're cold. My Minnesotan, we're getting ready to experience summer, so if that's not for you, go ahead and grab that water bottle or juice. I am gonna be having a coffee latte while we're at it. So, going back to middle school, Lord, so help me God as I speak on this topic. 6th and 7th grade, I remember hating the skin I was in. Actually, 6th to 8th grade, I did not love being black. Yeah, I said it. I did not love being black. And if I was gonna be considered black, I would rather, at the time, would have liked to be mixed. You know, be light-skinned and have beautiful curly hair and hazel eyes, and I just didn't want anything to do with being black. Of course, nobody really knew I was dealing with this, and I never really spoke to my friends about it, or my sisters or my mom or anything like that. So nobody really knew I was dealing with self-esteem issues. But you guys, it was a lot. Seriously, it was, and it was not a pretty time. I have come such a long way when I just look back on it. So all goes back to specifically around 7th grade and 8th grade. I remember people appreciating light-skinned girls at the time. Light-skinned girls were the thing, and it was almost like a trend. Oh, light-skinned girls are better, they're more prettier, they were more popular. And so of course I envied that. What middle school child doesn't envy being considered pretty by all the boys, or being considered popular at the time? Like, if you weren't popular, you were a nobody. And nobody in this world likes to feel like a nobody. So at the time, while all the light-skinned girls were getting praised, I felt like a nobody. And being as dark as I am, in this skin color that I am, my beautiful melanin, at the time, I didn't appreciate it, and to me, it only made matters worse. I remember I thought about bleaching my skin. Sadly, I thought about bleaching my skin, and the only thing that actually kept me from going through with it is the fact that if I was going to start bleaching it and I was gonna get lighter, people were going to know that I had insecurity issues, and that is something I didn't want people to know. I didn't want anybody to know that I was dealing with self-esteem issues. Why? Because I never really spoke about it, and I didn't want to talk about it, and I don't like talking about things. Therefore, I didn't want anybody to know, and that's the only reason why I did not start bleaching my skin. The thing that made it better for me in middle school is this boy I ended up meeting. You know, me and him became the best of friends, and we were just kicking it, you know, and spent a lot of time together. And hey, we one day looked at each other and we're like, hey, I like you. And I was like, I like you. He was like, okay, no, I didn't say it first, but Anyways, he was like, I like you, and I told him I like you too, and we decided, why not together? Don't judge me. We all, well, I would like to think most of us have those little middle school relationships. But anyways, it was because of him that I actually ended up appreciating myself and learning to love myself. It was just through the whole entire experience. He never treated me really bad or anything like that, but honestly, it was just through him treating me so kindly and always telling me I'm beautiful and all this stuff that made me learn to love myself. Now ladies, I'm not telling you, or even guys, I'm not telling you guys that you have to get a validation from the opposite sex in order for you to learn you're beautiful, but it was what started my journey of self-love. So when we were together at the time, we, of course, like every little relationship, has its ups and downs, and when we were fighting, it was always because of me. Looking back at it now, I can say that because I realized that I was the problem, and it was all because of my self-esteem issues. It was always because I was having jealousy issues, and it was causing our trust issues, and etc, and I thought he was talking to girls who are prettier than I am and all that blah blah blah. Anyways, and so also looking back at the time, I just realized that I also let him get away with a lot of crap just because I didn't love myself. I felt that my beauty came from being validated by the opposite sex. If a guy told me I was cute, or if he was hitting on me, then that must have meant I was pretty. And so of course it was an off and on relationship. Why? Because of my self-esteem issues. But right before going into high school, I kind of just realized honestly, you guys, it hit me out of nowhere, like, why don't you love yourself? If another human being can love you, why can't you love yourself? Even though it might have not even been love at the time, because we were in middle school, but just the idea of it, because in my head, he loved me, right? And so I was just like, if he can love you, why can't you love yourself? Why aren't you enough for yourself? So I realized I am my biggest commitment here on earth. I am gonna be with myself for the rest of my life. I might as well come to peace with how I look, the skin I live in, and get comfortable, because me and Bora, we got a long way to go together while we're on earth. And so going into my freshman year of high school, yeah, we ended our little relationship, and I just decided to throw it to the side, and I was kind of like, you know what, let me learn to fully love myself and accept myself just as I am. And through that, I started learning about things that I also like to do, what I enjoy, what I dislike, etc, etc. And I finally came to love myself. I finally started appreciating the skin I'm in. Like, I am beautiful. My dark is beautiful. My afro that people like to talk about and degrade is beautiful. My big eyes are beautiful. My big lips are beautiful. That I am beautiful, you know, and I started to learn how to just accept all these things about myself. My big hips are beautiful. My big thighs are beautiful, you know, and I started to love myself. I started embracing myself, and so it got to a point, you know, I got confident. When a brother would approach me and give me a compliment, tell me, oh, you're beautiful, I would say thank you. At the back of my head, it no longer validated my beauty. It sounded a little cocky, you guys, but I was just like, I know, like, you're telling me something I already know, but thank you though, you know, but don't get too cocky. do not do not get too cocky. But anyways, so that is how I learned how to love myself and appreciating who I am and discovering all these other things I'm in. And of course, as time goes on, people evolve, people change. What you like last year is not going to be the same thing you like next year. And so I just got, and high school was just a time of discovering myself. While I had already learned to love myself during freshman year, my sophomore year, my junior year, and senior year was more about just experiences, you know? And I definitely believe that a higher power put all of us here on earth for a reason, for a purpose. You're alive, you're breathing for a reason and for a purpose. And so when I finally completely accepted myself, it's almost like a love letter to yourself. When you know more about yourself, you start to discover what you like, what you don't like, and that leads you to your purpose. And so for me, that was my case, and just through learning about that, learning more about myself, I feel like I'm finally starting to get the hang of this purpose thing. Anyways, to anybody out there who's struggling with self-esteem, you don't love yourself, I would just tell you that you are your biggest commitment in life. So get to a place where you don't have to have the media validate your beauty. You don't even have to have your friends to even validate your beauty. Get in the mirror every day. Tell yourself you are beautiful, because you are going to spend the rest of your life with yourself. If you guys liked this video, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And for anybody who wants to hear more about this or wants me to talk a little bit more about this experience that I faced during my low childhood, go ahead and reach out to me. You can catch me on Gmail, you can get me on Facebook, Instagram, and yes, I am on WhatsApp too. You can go ahead and reach me there. Or if you simply want to go ahead and leave some comments in the comment boxes, go ahead. I'll be more than glad to get back to you guys and reply back to you. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time on I See Bora. Bye guys. Mwah.